Hello guys, good morning. How are you doing today? Today I'm recording at early morning because I don't have enough time during the day. By the way, I'm really energetic and excited to introduce the new project to you. Okay, today we're going to talk about Hangman, and we're going to build Hangman in a scratch. It's kind of simple sample of it, but you can actually promote it to a better version or something like this. I know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already played this game with your friends on paper most likely, but maybe on a board or maybe on a mobile game or something like this. Basically, Hangman is a game which your friends comes up with a word that you don't know about it, and they just tell you how many letters does that word have, and after that you're going to guess that word letter by letter. You have to be careful that you have a limited number of guesses. At the end of game, if you have correct guesses and place all of the letters properly, you're gonna win. On the other hand, if you use all of your guesses and can't place all the letters before the man be completed,
you'll be a loser.
Okay, let's get started. First of all, we need some sprites. For example, the man sprites. I'm gonna come here and actually draw a man who is going to be completed in each custom. Actually, you can see it. And then after that, we want 4 sprites because we want to guess actually 4-letter words, and we want to prepare a game, hang game, for just 4-letter words. We can add other words to this game, of course, but it's going to be a little bit complicated, and I'm not going to explain it here because we're going to make it as simple as a piece of cake, okay? And then we are going to add these. Each of these sprites have all the letters here, and of course a blank letter like this, and you're going to use it later. Next up, it's almost clear that we need some words. We don't want to get words from the user because, for example, if one person wanted to play, it can't be that much good and that much sensible. So because of that, we're going to make a list of 4-letter words, and wanted to import some words to our game to be guessed. Let's get started. We're going to make a new list called 4-letter words. Yeah. And then we're going to import some actually words here. Actually, I've made a list of 4-letter words and I wanted to import it here. So we're going to import it from this part. And I think it's here, yeah. And we're actually added 98 words here, which all are 4-letter words. And then we're gonna hide it here, we don't need it here. Now it's time to pick a random word from 4-letter words here. Actually, we need a variable called word. And then we're going to set our word an item of this list, which should be random. For example, 1 to 98 because we have 98 4-letter words. And then when we just click the green flag, we can see that each time we are going to have another word which actually picked random from that list, like this. Yeah. After that, we need another list called guess. We want to guess our actually letter by letter of that word, and we need to do some repeated words here. We wanted to make 4 places here for our guess, and because of the 4-letter words. If you have other letter words, for example 5-letter words or 3-letter words, we're going to place 3 or 5 actually places here for each letter. Okay, so in this case, because we're just writing or coding for 4-letter words, we're going to repeat it 4 times here, and in each time we're going to add an underscore instead of our letter to our guess list. Let's try it. Yeah, you can see the places for each letter here. And after that, we're going to ask from the user to pick the letter that he really wants. Pick the letter. or pick a letter. And then that the user picked that letter, we're going to actually check if that letter contains or include in this word or not. And because of that, we need an if clause and say if answer equals to what? If answer equals to come here, we have a letter 1 of that word. Letter 1 of this. Letter 1 of word. We're going to replace item 1 to guess with that answer. So let's try it. We know what the word is, and we're going to, for example, pick R here and see. You can see actually the R letter which replaced here, and we can see it from the first item of this list. And how can we actually repeat it for all of the letters here? We're going to actually pick a repeat block here for 4 times because the length of the word is 4. If we have other words, we should say length of that word, length of word. But we don't need it here. We can just simply add 4 here, and then we say each word. We want to check each word, not just letter 1 of that word. We're going to add another variable called counter because it's going to count for us. And then set this counter to 0. And then after each time, we're going to change the counter by 1 and say letter counter of word. Instead of letter 1, we're going to tell letter counter of that word to check it all of the letters of that word. Let's see, for example, for A, we have it in a second part. So we should check it for the second letter, as we can do here, and it's really awesome. But how many times we wanted to repeat this one? It's really important because it really depends on our customs. We wanted to repeat it not with this one. We wanted to repeat until we've got to the last custom of this man. So we're going to add something like this and repeat until the custom number equals to what? Equals to 7. The last one. Okay, repeat until the custom number equals to 7 and try to ask this question and wait for it, and we're going to check if that letter contains in this part or not. Like this, for example, our word is bill. We're going to add this one, some wrong ones, but it's not working. Why? Because we don't add next custom here. When we're going to go to the next custom, how can we understand it? Okay, in this part, we're going to add this at the answer to our actual places. Okay, here we can actually add a variable, another variable for finding out if you're in a right one or not. So we're going to name this variable found or right letter or something like this. And after that, this right variable, gonna be set here to 1. It means that we found that letter. Okay, what if the word, or what if the letter actually wasn't in that word and we can't find it here? So in this case, our right variable should be 0. And we can say that if our right variable after this repeat, if our right variable equals to 0, our right variable, equals to 0, it means that actually we're sure that the letter wasn't in the word, and we can actually change the custom to the other one. At the first time, we're going to set our custom to custom number 1, and we need to add something else that each time we're going to set the right to 0 to know whether the letter was in the word or not. 0 and for the right. Yes. So let's check it. For example, we doesn't have any K in this letter. Yeah, it's working. And for example, O, yeah, it's working. R and M. Okay, what else? If we finish these guesses and these letters and we actually do it properly, Y is just trying to ask us another actually letter because we don't have any other letter, because we said that repeat this cycle until the custom number equals to 7. So how can we actually end it right now? How can we come out from these loops? We have only one solution for it, because we can just check it again. Here we say that if the letter was in the word, we're going to set the right to 1. So we can add another variable to our coding called letters. I think it's good. Letters, and what it's going to do, I'm gonna change my letter each time that I found a letter in my word to 1. It means that whenever my letters become 4, I will stop the loop here and I will understand that my word is complete. Okay, so we change letters by 1 in this actually conditional block and say that I wanted to say that if our letters variable equals to 4, it means that we found 4 letters for this word, and it means that we are finished. And then we're going to broadcast the message "you win," new message called "you win," and then I'm gonna stop this script. Not all of the sprites, just this script in this sprite, okay? I wanted to choose this one, and then I'm going to be here to show up my "you win" actually sprite, "you well done," and "you saved me." I wanted to show this one and this sprite. So I'm going to ask when I receive "you win," when I receive "you win," just show up for me. First of all, we have to hide it. Hide it, and then we're going to show it. But I'm gonna add actually an effect to it, a ghost effect. I want to set our ghost effect to 100, maybe 90 is better, 90, and show it and change the ghost effect, actually reduce the ghost effect 9 times and repeat it for 10 times. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, well, let's check it again. Here we're going to say C, A, R, and E. Well done, we're done actually, it's really awesome. Now, the whole concept of this game and all of the functional part of this game is over, and we've built our Hangman really good and successfully, and then it's time for doing some visual effects and adding some visual effects to our game, and actually activate all of these sprites for letters, not just seeing this list. We're going to add all the letters here. So if it was hard for you, I recommend to add it later by yourself. But if it was okay for you and you want to make it visually more attractive, I highly recommend you to watch this part of this episode and be with us. So what we're going to do, we're going to activate all of these sprites. What are these sprites actually? In the custom, we can see we have all of the letters of English here, and we're going to use them whenever we need, okay? And actually, I changed all of the name of them to just the alphabet, C, for example, A, B, and D, and actually I delete the glow part of it. And then here we have all of these alphabets, and then we're going to add these alphabets to our visual part. What should we do? Whenever we find the letter of that word, we can do something. For example, we have a counter here that we can understand which letter of the word we're going to replace, and we can actually use it for broadcasting message to these letters. So I'm gonna add a broadcast here by actually counter, broadcast the counter number. Okay, and then for example here in this letter, we're going to receive actually the number of the letter. For example, this one is the first letter, so we're going to say that when I receive 1 from the counter, when I receive 1, I'm gonna do something, okay? And I'm gonna add all of these when I receive to other one. For example, this one is the second letter, and I'm going to add a new message 2 here, and I'm going to add a new message 3 here, and 4 for another. Okay, then what should we do after we broadcasting this counter? What should we do to show the exact letter of what we really want? Actually, the answer is 1 letter, and the answer can be this letter. We want to actually show the letter of answer. So we're going to come here and come to the costumes and switch the costume to what? Switch the costume to answer. Like this. And I wanted to actually make them to the first costume when I start the game. Scroll A, you can actually change the name, it's not that much good. Start maybe better, or blank, I don't know, blank. Yeah, I'm going to switch costume to blank, and I'm gonna do it for all of these letters, one by one. Okay. Now it's time for checking this one. We're going to hide this, and hide this, and hide this. We don't need them anymore. I wanted to know the word. I can actually hide it. And for the real game, we're going to hide this one. But I'm just wanted to have it here to check if the word codes are working properly. So, for example, here we have H. Okay, we can see H here. That's awesome. I'm gonna put a sub letters to 0 here. I forgot to put it here. And then I'm going to check it again. Yeah. For example, site. Yeah, that's working properly. And we can say that we're going to hide actually this costume. Hide actually this as Sprite, sorry. Hide this as Sprite. Then we're going to say, what is hand? Yeah, well done, it's work. Okay, we're going to show it here. I think it's over. What's the last detail? File. Yeah, it's great. We can actually add a sound here whenever we actually choose a wrong letter. We're going to be in the sound and play sound here. I've chosen this sound for having a wrong answer. I think it's good. For example. Yeah, it's working. And we're over. After being over, I recommend you to say the word here after all of these loops. It's good to say your word here. For example, I say that I'm gonna add this join here and say the word was what else it was. For example, I'm going to add word here, and then let's Yeah, it's going to actually tell us what was the word, and I think it's better. Okay, we can actually add another sprite for game over. We can actually add another sprite for game over and put it here to whenever we've been over, it's going to show us. Thank you so much guys for watching till the end. I'm really grateful, and don't forget to watch other cool tutorials and subscribe. See you soon!